Welcome to Kurt's RPM Garage, and in today's video we're going to be looking at these Lasfit floor liners for a Ford F-150. Just a little disclaimer before the video, Lasfit did reach out to me and send these to me in the hopes that I would review them. They are not sponsoring this video. Alright, now that that's out of the way, in my current truck I have a set of Husky weather beaters that we'll be comparing these to. The plan is we're going to do a little unboxing, we'll get these thrown in the truck, and then I'm going to run them for a couple weeks. Just see what I think about it. More or less, I'm going to get a pretty good feel right off the bat, just how they're made and whatnot. I've had some cheap floor liners in the past that I got off Amazon. I think they were less than $100, and they ended up cracking and more or less wearing through in less than a year. So I've got a pretty good idea of what bad floor liners look like. So we'll see what these look like, get a general consensus on how they'll hold up. And yeah, we'll go from there. But first off, let's get these things unboxed. I have not looked at these yet. We'll see what they're like building material wise, and just compare them to Huskies. All right. All right, right off the bat, these do feel soft, which is a good thing. When I had those cheap ones in the past, they were really stiff and brittle. They came folded, and I had to basically take a heat gun to get them to unfold. These, very soft, malleable. These are gonna fit around corners easily. There should be no real bend to speak of that I'm gonna have to fight, and that's a good sign. So we got the fronts right here. And then the big rear one, mine does not have the underseat storage, so make sure you specify that when you're purchasing your floor mats. So let's grab the Huskies out of my current truck, take a look at them, just do a little quick comparison, and then we'll get these things slapped in. Okay, so here's the Huskies out of my truck. I've been running these for a little over a year and 20,000 miles. I'd say they've been holding up pretty good. Obviously the driver's one is quite dirty, need to give that one a clean at some point. But yeah, overall pretty good. Let's probably grab the passenger one since it's a lot cleaner. Let's compare that to the Lasfit and see how they look. Okay, so here's the two passenger floor well liners. We got the Husky weather beater here on the left and the Lasfit on the right. Shape, generally pretty similar. They're actually quite different in a lot of ways. I'm curious how this is going to fit comparatively. The Huskies fit relatively well. Didn't have any problems with them. Didn't have to trim or anything like that. And then construction material, they seem to be really similarly made. They both are made of this real malleable kind of rubberish plastic material. Same thing over here. Thickness-wise, they're pretty similar. The Lasfit might be a hair thinner. So yeah, we'll see how that does. But overall, I think they should hold up pretty well. They feel really nice, actually. A little bit softer over here, a little bit stiffer here, but that's probably just these design material causing some strength to be built in. Then if we turn these over, we have these little holding spikes, whatever you want to call them. Same thing on this one, not quite as many on the Lasfit. But my truck is actually a Pro, which is equivalent to like an XL for the ice trucks. And that means it's got a rubber floor. So really, my truck does not need floor mats to begin with. A lot of guys probably won't run them, but I do like the look of it. This is my personal truck, so it makes it feel a little bit more upscale just to have those floor mats. Not quite so work truckish, but that's a personal decision. So I do like running these. The spikes are unnecessary in my case, so less is probably good. There are some little marks that are left behind, but they come right out. They're just little wear marks and not a big deal. Well, we got these things slapped in, no problem. The only issue I have is this little hump right here. There's a little bit too much material, so there's a little bubble right there, but I think that's going to settle out pretty quickly once we get some hot and cold cycles through here and this thing relaxes. But overall, fit and finish is very good. Looks very nice, good coverage. Let's jump up to the front real quick. So similar situation. They look really clean, really nice. Obviously, the rest of the truck is absolutely filthy, but we've had a lot of rain here in the last couple weeks, so I'm going to be on some quite muddy job sites, I'm expecting. So these things are not going to stay this clean for very long. So the plan is to run them for a couple weeks and then finish up the video, give you guys overall impressions, any worries I have about them. But these things are typically about $130, plus there's a lot of discount codes on them, so you can get them for even cheaper than that. That's a great value so far. So the next step is just to run them for a while and see how they hold up. I'll check in a couple weeks. All right, it's about a month later and the Lasfit mats have held up great. I really can't complain. They're still very pliable, very nice, taking the dirt, washing off just fine. So before I get this review out, I'm just gonna do one last little durability test. I'm over here on one of my job sites and we've got some little erosion gullies coming through the site. Nothing major, just pretty minor, but I've placed the mats in some strategic locations. I'm gonna use them as impromptu max tracks. Obviously, that's not what they're designed for. They're much floppier than a max track. But I'm gonna drive my 6,200 pound Lightning over them, maybe spin the wheel a little bit on them, just to see how they hold up, just to give it a little, age them a little bit quicker than 1 month would probably do it by itself. All right, here we go. Our sensors are freaking out. Got a 360 camera on, driving through some brush. And we got our first one coming up. Sure we hit it. Give it a little spin. Nothing too crazy. And then our next one's gonna be under our right tire. We'll have to use the cameras. Should be on top of it right now. I'm gonna goose it up. All right, let's see how they held up. Wasn't too crazy, but just a little durability test. All right, we're walking up to them. Let's see what they look like. This one we basically just ran over, didn't spin it as much as I wanted to, and just a little dirty, but looks perfect. All right, let's see number two. This one we definitely spun the wheel on a little bit, but I have a feeling it's gonna be just fine. Again, just a little dirty. This one's even less dirty than the first ones, but I'd say that's a pass. Held up nicely. Would I recommend the Lasfit floor mats? Yeah, absolutely, especially for the price. These are a high quality floor mat. They're just as good as any WeatherTechs or Husky weather beaters, anything like that. They're top of the line mats. I really like these. These are really nice, and for the price, they are excellent value. Currently on Amazon, they're about $116. I think they're on sale. And Lasfit has actually provided me with a discount code for you guys to get another $20 off and maybe a little bit more than that. So these are under $100 for these floor mats. Obviously these and the rears, which are still in the back of my truck. That's just a great deal. I highly recommend them. If you guys are looking for floor mats right now, definitely check them out. Definitely something to keep on your shopping list. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.